Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the NKU Soccer Stadium on the campus of Northern Kentucky University. I'm Andrew Kappas, bringing you this second GLVC men's semifinal between the Missouri S&T Miners and the NKU Norse. Missouri S&T comes in ranked number 16th nationally, and the Norse ranked number 5 nationally. They've been as high as 4 this season. S&T really finished the season strong to get a 3 seed in this tournament. NKU, the 2 seed. Lewis, the number 1 seed, was defeated by the Cinderella of the tournament, Indianapolis, 3-0 in Romeoville on Sunday night, which allowed the Norse to host both the men's and women's tournament. And that is how we got here. The men defeated Rockhurst 2-1 on Sunday to get into the semifinals, behind goal by Stephen Beatty when off that free kick to tie it just before the half. That really changed the culture of the game. We're just getting ready to kick off. The Norse in their gold uniforms, S&T in their road green uniforms. Want to welcome all our viewers on the America One Network and the listeners on Stretch Internet via NKUNorse.com, and we're underway. Norse controlling possession early. Anthony Meyer with the ball now on the near side. Get you starters here in just a second. In goal for S&T is the GLVC Defensive Player of the Year, Pat McNamee. He's joined on the field by Spencer Brinkmeyer, Kenny Gravlin, Trent Dorner, Sam Schaefer, Jervis Adagana, Caleb Collier, Peter Hall, and EJ Zembis for S&T, ranked 16th in the country, the 3 seed out of Rolla, Missouri, as they have stormed into the tournament and are now set to make the NCAA tournament. And there's a good clearance by Kevin Donnelly, and on the field for the Norse, once again in goal, Michael Laverick, joined on the field by Michael Bartlett, Kevin Donnelly. The Offensive Player of the Year, Stephen Beatty, Jordan Katsopoulos, Andrew Montgomery, Jack Little, Tommy Barrick, Paul Andrews, Nick Chareau, and Anthony Meyer for the Norse. We're once again in their gold jerseys with the black lettering, S&T in their green jerseys with the white lettering, as this one goes out of touch for a throw to S&T on the far sideline. There's Stephen Beatty, the GLVC Offensive Player of the Year, has had an outstanding season, virtually leads the conference in all major statistical categories. I mean, goals, assists, leads the country in assists for that matter. Has just been outstanding this season for the Norse. Has a good chance at winning his 3rd straight Midwest Player of the Year. As this one goes out of touch, it'll be a goal kick, as Michael Laverick will get out a spare ball and send this one downfield. The Norse in their traditional 4-4-2 formation. Michael Holder not starting tonight. Jack Little up in front instead with Stephen Beatty. And Andrew Montgomery will occupy the left wing. Jordan Katsopoulos and Michael Bartlett in the middle. Nick Chareau on the right, and then the back 4 tandem of Anthony Meyer, Paul Andrews, Tommy Barrick, and Kevin Donnelly, as Laverick has to clear it out of his own end. Anthony Meyer plays it up to Jordan Katsopoulos. Now Bartlett makes one-man miss and sends it over to Kevin Donnelly on the far side. Here's Donnelly, a junior from Princeton High School in Cincinnati. Bartlett, changing sides of the field, will send it to Paulie. Paul Andrews, the big 6'5" center back from Ireland. One of 3 Irishmen to start today for the Norse. First time the 3 have started together. Montgomery, Beatty, and Andrews. As this one finds its way into the box, and McNamee will pick it up. McNamee was named the Defensive Player of the Year in the GLVC. And Joe Ahern, Missouri S&T's head coach, was named Coach of the Year. Here at midfield is Durner. He'll slide out to the far side. Giving chase is Nick Chareau back in support defensively. Cross is sent in. Laverick has to come off his line, and it dangerously skips past him, but Paul Andrews there to clean up the mess. As Zambas was applying pressure. Excuse me, that was Adagana applying pressure for the Miners. Montgomery heads it away, just trying to get it out of their own end are the Norse. Here's Brinkmeyer playing ahead. Donnelly will drop it for Laverick, who will send it upfield. And now here the Norse trying to counterattack. Looking for Jack Little was Montgomery, but unable to find him. Now Katsopoulos plays it back to Andrews. There's Anthony Meyer. Over to Andrews. Montgomery collides with Zembis on the near sideline. Throw into the Norse. Katsopoulos over to Bartlett. Gets edged off the ball by Durner. And now S&T in possession. Good play by Kevin Donnelly to intercept. Now he's got Jack Little. Donnelly continuing the run. And Jack Little will play it back to Nick Giroux, who's covering for Donnelly. They may try to switch positions here in a second. Katsopoulos over to Meyer on the near sideline. Meyer tries to find Beatty, who goes down. And there will be a free kick awarded to the Norse. There's head coach John Basiliga. Instrumental in this Norse great season put together by the Norse. Looking to host the NCAA Midwest Regional. Would pretty much lock that up with a win here today. Stephen Beatty taking the free kick. He has his eye on goal, shoots toward goal, and McNamee punches it away. And it's cleared out by the S&T defense. Great play by McNamee. That was an offensive player of the year versus defensive player of the year, and defense wins on that one.
Is number 5, Stephen Beatty.
So that'll be a corner kick that Stephen Beatty will head over to the near side corner to take. Ball sent in to the far post. It's headed out. Kevin Donnelly will have to chase this one down. Here's Tommy Barrick. Barrick plays it to Jack Little. Little back to Barrick. Over to Katsopoulos, who's back in his center back row. Paul Andrews getting back to his normal position on the field as Beatty hits the deck, but no call. Now Bartlett over to Donnelly. Katsopoulos at midfield. Dances with the ball before sliding it over to Kevin Donnelly, who sends it right back. Katsopoulos looks for Beatty, but gets intercepted and now cleared by S&T. Nick Giroux. Now Katsopoulos. Over to Meyer, back to Andrews. The Norse just kind of sitting back and trying to look for some holes in the S&T defense. Ball played out to Andrew Montgomery. Headed on, but headed away, but Meyer will reapply the pressure. Paul Andrews trying to win the ball back for the Norse, unsuccessful. S&T applying pressure. And Andrews. Katsopoulos also combining to win it back, and Little goes down. Referee waves play on. And S&T clears. Adeganya had a play on it, but gets it taken away. Bartlett over to Beatty. Beatty to Giroux on the far sideline. Giroux finds Jack Little, who plays it back to Katsopoulos. Looks for Giroux on the far sideline, can't find him. Kevin Donnelly will collect the rebound. Donnelly looking to cross it. And looks like there's a free kick called. Got all the windows shut so we can't hear any of the whistles. Temperature's got to be below 40 degrees now. Awfully cold outside, especially with that wind blowing. So a foul on S&T. Paul Andrews will line up the free kick and send this one into the box. Andrews directs traffic and sends it in. Looking for Little, header. McNamee saves it, and a shot by Bartlett is wide on the follow-up. Bartlett, a sophomore, sends it wide from Bishop Brossard High School. And it'll be a goal kick to McNamee. We're in the 10th minute, still scoreless. 2 shots on goal for the Norse, and S&T has yet to challenge Michael Laverick. McNamee, though, has been up to the task. He made a great save off a Stephen Beatty free kick. And here's Laverick. Laverick plays it downfield. Little plays it for Beatty, and it gets cleared off the line. Now Katsopoulos running it down for the Norse. Plays it back for Meyer. Meyer looking for Bartlett too far ahead, and that's a turnover. And S&T has it. Atagana tries to win possession for S&T, but cannot, and it's cleared by Kevin Donnelly. Bartlett giving chase, as is Nick Giroux on the far sideline with S&T in possession. Atagana heading to the box, waiting on a cross, and it'll go out of touch. And the referee signals a goal kick. And looks like the offside flag was up. Coach Eric Busener helping out our center referee find the flag. So a free kick to the Norse. Paul Andrews will step up and take it. Sophomore from Ireland. Boots it downfield. Looking for Jack Little. He'll head it on towards Stephen Beatty. Beatty trying to play for Montgomery, gets blocked. And now S&T in possession. S&T coming the other way. Haven't had a really serious offensive threat in this opening 11 minutes so far. And there's a foul called on Bartlett for the shove. So winning the free kick is Trent Durner for the Miners. And he'll come forward for this free kick. Brinkmeyer takes it, tries to send it into the box, but Andrews blocks it, and now it's cleared by Montgomery. Beatty will chase it down, slide, and get it to Bartlett, who will play it for Katsopoulos. Back into the corner, Paul Andrews will have to go get it and send it upfield. Good clearance by Paul. Beatty heads it on for Jack Little, applying pressure. Brinkmeyer, though, gets it away. Now Durner with Montgomery chasing, and they'll say it went out of touch, and it'll be an NKU throw. So Anthony Meyer will step up, the left back, to take the throw. Here's Jordan Katsopoulos, freshman Canadian. Here's Stephen Beatty, splits 2 defenders on the near side. Cross sent in, looking for Jack Little, but it's too hard. And now Nick Giroux will chase it down. Plays it back for Donnelly. Donnelly's cross, sent in, headed away. Montgomery trying to win the ball, keep the ball in possession, excuse me, for the Norse, but S&T is able to clear it. Durner wins the ball back for the Miners, and now S&T is on the counter. Norse getting back in numbers as the ball goes into the corner on the near side. Cross sent in, headed on toward goal and over the bar as Michael Laverick watches it go way over and out for a goal kick, but the first shot of the day for the Miners. Taken by Sam Schaefer. Goal kick is taken. Beatty plays it for Little. Little trying to stay in possession. He does so successfully. He'll play it wide to Nick Giroux. Giroux waiting on it. Plays it back to Donnelly. Now Bartlett. Cross is sent in. Takes a deflection. Now Beatty inside the box, trying to get to the ball. And Durner gets it away. Good play by Durner to keep that away from Stephen Beatty, as it'll go out of touch for an NKU throw. Donnelly takes it. Katsopoulos sends it in for Beatty. Beatty sends it to Montgomery, who's taken down but had no play on the ball. And McNamee will pick it up off the bounce and send it downfield. Good play by McNamee. He's played really well in the opening 15 minutes. Much you would expect from the GLVC Defensive Player of the Year. Out of touch for a throw on the far sideline. Taken by the Norse. Katsopoulos plays it to Meyer. Meyer will slide it over to Montgomery on the near side. Montgomery over to Beatty. Beatty will try to play it wide to Chereau. Chereau has got some green space if he can get to it, but it's cleared away. Bartlett giving chase, but can't keep it in bounds, and it'll be an S&T throw on the far sideline. We've played 15 minutes. Still scoreless here at the NKU Soccer Stadium between the 5th-ranked NKU Norse and the 16th-ranked Missouri S&T. Miners. Norse the 2 seed, Miners the 3 seed in this GLVC tournament. Both are trying to advance to the finals to play Cinderella team Indianapolis, the 8th seed, who pulled off the upset over Lewis on Sunday and Quincy today. And their win over Quincy was dramatic, as this one's sent in. Beatty misses the header and it's cleared out. And S&T will finish the clearance. Pauly plays it back to Laverick. Laverick corrals it and will push it back on over to Andrews. Andrews finds his lane, picks it, plays it for Beatty. Now Jack Little giving chase. Jack Little will keep this one in bounds on the near sideline. Jack Little, the freshman, plays it back to Montgomery. We'll play it to Meyer. Now Beatty. Beatty slips it for Meyer. Meyer cross sent in and over everybody's head, but good communication and passing between Stephen Beatty and Anthony Meyer. Meyer, a junior from Elder High School in Cincinnati. He can play all positions pretty much on the field. Is still the all-time leading scorer at Elder High School, a storied soccer program in Cincinnati. He's played striker a few games this season for the Norse, but has mostly occupied that left back position. Out of touch, and this one will be a throw to the Norse on the far sideline near midfield. Kevin Donnelly will take it. Try to find Jack Little. Little plays it for Chereau. Chereau, cross sent in, over everybody's head. Montgomery will chase it down. Will prevent the clearance, but can he win the ball? Beatty comes out and does so for the Norse. Beatty thought about winding up, instead he passes it in the box and it gets cleared away. The Norse controlling the majority of possession here early on, but have only 2 shots on goal. Here's Little. Once again, no Michael Holder so far today. Jack Little getting the start. Meyer chases it down to keep it in bounds on the near sideline at midfield. Now Montgomery makes the turn and he's fouled hard. Gets his right leg taken out by Zembus. And now Paul Andrews will come up and take the free kick. Dangerous position for the S&T defense to be in. Andrews will line this one up and try to curl it in the box for a good cross. Here's the kick, it's low. And finds Stephen Beatty, who shoots and scores into the back of the net. The Norse take the lead 1-0. A great job by Paul Andrews to curl that one into the box. Jack Little left it for the GLVC Offensive Player of the Year. And Stephen Beatty knows what to do with the rest. He bangs it home. And the Norse lead 1-0.
The NKU goal scored by number 5, Stephen Beatty.
Showing you why he's the
goal
GLVC Offensive Player of the Year, Stephen Beatty.
And 16, Paul Andrews.
Scores his conference-leading 18th goal of the season. Give Paul Andrews the assist. That's Paul's number 6th assist of the season. That'll put him in 3rd in the conference. That's a big goal for the Norse. Remember, when these two teams met a couple weeks ago here, it wasn't until the 93rd minute when things were decided, when Michael Holder scored in overtime to put the Norse to a 1-0 victory. And now the Norse lead 1-0. Now Beatty plays it on the far side to Chereau. Nick Chereau charging forward, tries to cross it in, gets deflected. It'll go out of touch, but it'll be a Norse throw on the far sideline. So the legend of Stephen Beatty, just when you think it doesn't have any more chapters, continues to get written. And there's Joe Ahern, the GLVC Coach of the Year, contemplating what he's going to do to stop this Norse attack and try to get his offense going. Here's Paul Andrews. He'll play it ahead to Beatty, who'll slide it back to Meyer. Meyer cross sent in. Bartlett will head it toward Chereau, who'll head it toward goal. And McNamee will pick it up out of the air over Jack Little to safety. Turner inside the circle. The Norse playing defense for a change of pace. Now ball on the far side. S&T trying to get the equalizer. Ball sent in the box. Andrews will clear it away to Katsopoulos, who sends it back in the box. Meyer will have to clean it up and send it out to Montgomery. There Katsopoulos sends it downfield. Beatty battling for it. One of the most underrated parts of his game are his defensive skills. You don't see any numbers put in box scores about how many balls he takes away at midfield, but he's an instrumental presence defensively when the other team has possession. Here's Katsopoulos. He'll play it back to Barrick. Back to Katsopoulos. Makes one man miss, makes two men miss before passing it to Bartlett. Now Nick Chereau. Back to Kevin Donnelly. He'll wind up and send it downfield, looking for Chereau, but misfires, and the deflection will find Bartlett. Out of touch, and this one will be a throw in favor of S&T. There's assistant coach Eric Buesner issuing instructions to his squad. Now S&T, this could be a foul, and yes it is. Nick Chereau whistled for the push in the back. Muich wins the free kick for the Miners. Their first significant chance at an opportunity on goal here of the first half. Lines at the free kick, and here it is. Into the box, and Laverick will barely have to move before it reaches his chest, and he picks it up out of the air. He'll send it downfield. Looking for Nick Chereau, who gets ahead to it. Finds Jack Little. Little to Beatty. Back to Katsopoulos. Katsopoulos over to Meyer. He'll find Montgomery. Montgomery tries to slip it to Meyer, but it gets blocked, but Norse maintain possession. Here's Pauly into the box looking for Beatty. Beatty heads it toward goal, and in fact, the S&T defender got to it first. Thought for a second that was heading toward goal, but cleared away by the S&T defense. Muich with it now on the far side. 1-0 Norse. We're in the 24th minute. Stephen Beatty off a Paul Andrews free kick puts the Norse ahead. As this ball bounces into the box, and Laverick will pick it up easily. The Miners just have one shot, and Laverick really hasn't been bothered. The one shot was put well over the bar. He's had a rather quiet evening so far. Mewich at midfield for the Miners. Plays it back. Barrick heads it to Montgomery, who looks for Jack Little. Little will chase down the ball, but can't get a header on it. Before it's cleared downfield to Kevin Donnelly. Now Michael Bartlett in possession with it for the Norse. We'll slide it to Katsopoulos. Katsopoulos gets it taken away from him by Adagana. Adagana plays it back for Mewich. It's cleared away by Donnelly. Nick Chareau will give chase as well. It goes out of touch, and this one will go in the Norse's favor. So a throw into the Norse. Beatty chasing it down, as is Bartlett. He'll win the ball for the Norse as the referee waves a fair challenge. Anthony Meyer coming forward and across midfield, trying to slide it for Beatty. Too far ahead, possibly looking for Little as well. And Mewich finds it and drops it back, and now it's cleared upfield. Donnelly will send it back, but misfires, and it'll go out of touch for a S&T throw at midfield on the far sideline. I want to welcome our viewers on the America One Network and also on NKUNorse.com, those listening via Stretch Internet on NKUNorse.com. Bartlett giving chase defensively. Here's Derner. Mewich plays it back for the Miners. Now Derner will try to catch up to it before it goes out of bounds, unable to. And it'll be a goal kick to the Norse. Joe Ahern sporting the Missouri S&T scarf on this cold, cold night at the NKU Soccer Stadium. He was recently named GLVC Coach of the Year. Picked up his award last night at the banquet at the Student Union Ballroom here on campus as Little heads it toward Beatty, but cleared away. Takes a deflection off an S&T defender, and now it's a throw to the Norse at midfield. Meyer, long throw, looking for Beatty. Beatty in possession. Cross sent in. Chareau with a shot. McNamee blocks it, can't handle it though. It doesn't go very far, and McNamee is able to prevent any further damage. Here's Jack Little, the freshman, getting the start, as Eric Buesner looks on. Now Tommy Barrick trying to get it to Kevin Donnelly, who will stall Mewich's progress. Donnelly has played well in that right back position all season long. The junior from Princeton High School in Cincinnati. And there's a foul called. Anthony Meyer called for the shove in the back. And S&T will have a free kick in pretty good position. Taken quickly over to Zembis, who will cross it in and headed away by Paul Andrews. Out to Jack Little. Little will get it over to Beatty. And Beatty running toward net now. Gets stalled by Brinkmeyer, I believe, with the good defensive challenge for the Miners. And now here come S&T. Onside, Laverick will come out to get it, and he blocks it. Great play by Michael Laverick to block the shot coming in from Muich. What a play by Michael Laverick to keep this at a 1-0 game in the Norse's advantage. Here's Chareau, he'll play it back to Laverick, and he'll clear it upfield. Looks like we're getting a sub for Missouri S&T. Getting ready to check in. Zembis with it now will change sides of the field. Will go over to the far side for the Miners. We're in the 30th minute. The Norse lead 1-0 behind a goal by Stephen Beatty, his 17th of the season. And this one's played in the box, and Laverick will choose to keep this in bounds and pick it up. And he'll let his men get downfield before he sends it off. Upfield looking for Chareau. Now Jack Little chests it down, wins the ball, and plays it back to Katsopoulos. Good play by Jack Little, taking on 2 defenders. Anthony Meyer finds Andrew Montgomery to Stephen Beatty. Beatty tries to split 2 defenders and just couldn't get the ball to move. Very frustrated. Beatty's played very well today, as usual. What you would expect from your Midwest Player of the Year. Zembis plays it over to Hall. Now a shot taken and well wide. And the subs will be allowed to enter. Brian Seawright.
Substitutions for Missouri S&T.
And Oscar Alvarez
number 11,
will check in. Alvarez, a sophomore from Mexico City.
Brian Seawright.
And Seawright, a redshirt freshman from Chesterton, Indiana, will check in for the Miners of S&T. And Laverick will wind up and take the goal kick. Katsopoulos heads it to Bartlett, who heads it back to Katsopoulos. S&T in possession, but Montgomery wins the ball back for the Norse. Montgomery tries to dance past a defender, but is unable to. And now S&T can clear. Meyer wins the ball back, though, and now Bartlett in possession. Passes around the referee to Katsopoulos, who fights through a defender to pass it back to Donnelly. Thought we might have had a foul there, but referee waved play on. Meyer to Montgomery on the near side. Back to Pauly. Andrews will slide it over to Meyer. Finds Katsopoulos. The Norse very active ball movement here so far in the first half. They've controlled most of the possession. Katsopoulos. Now Nick Chareau in a dangerous territory. He's got Beatty in the box, but he slips and falls and can't get it to Beatty. That would have been a dangerous, dangerous pass had Chareau stayed on his feet. Now S&T coming the other way. Muich passes to the far side. And Michael Holder, the aforementioned freshman of the year, is getting ready to check in for the Norse, as he will give Jack Little a rest. Holder has been quite the story this season, as Bartlett trying to win the ball for the Norse here, but Muich with it now at midfield for the Miners. Katsopoulos wins it back on the interception. But as soon as I say that, Muich takes it back for the Miners. Teams trading possession. Kevin Donnelly looking to put some order in the chaos, and he does. Makes one man miss. Donnelly coming forward. Charging ahead is Kevin Donnelly. Finds Jack Little, who tries to find Stephen Beatty, but instead Kenny Gravelin will take it away for Missouri S&T. We're in the 34th minute. The Norse lead 1-0 behind a goal by Stephen Beatty off a Paul Andrews assist on a free kick. Only 4 shots taken by the Norse, 2 for the Miners. So here's Katsopoulos. He'll play it back for Andrews. Excuse me, Barrick, and now Andrews has it. He'll play it ahead to Stephen Beatty. Beatty can't get to it, as Zembis clears it off of the ball. Gravelin will pass ahead. Header by Andrews. Stalls that S&T attack. Now Meyer plays it back for Andrews, who will clear it. Upfield for Beatty. Beatty settles it with his feet. Plays it back for Bartlett. Bartlett looking for Montgomery, but headed away as Bartlett tried to go over the top of the back three of S&T. Now Beatty wins the ball back, and they'll say he gave a shoulder barge, and Stephen unhappy with that. Although if you ask Stephen Beatty, he's never committed a foul in his life. But he thought that was a little ticky-tack, as did head coach John Basiliga, I'm sure, as he looks on. Beatty, had that play continued, would have had a great chance at goal. He had maybe one defender to beat before he was one-on-one with the goalie. I like Beatty's chances in that scenario. Here's Bartlett chasing the ball down. Barrick will help him clear, but Muich is there to collect it for S&T. S&T would love to pull an equalizer back before halftime. And the Norse know all about momentum, the fickle thing that is momentum. On Sunday, they trailed Rockhurst 1-0 and were pretty much dominated as this cross is sent into the box, and Meyer can't clear it, but Laverick will come off his line to pick it up for the Norse. But the Norse were pretty much dominated Sunday against Rockhurst for 44 minutes and 30 seconds until a free kick was awarded just in front of the penalty box, and Stephen Beatty stepped up and scored the equalizer right before halftime, and the Norse got a goal in the second half to win that one 2-1 to advance to today. Beatty goes to ground and thought he was fouled, but our center official disagrees. Beatty wearing the captain's armband as he usually does today. Durner with the ball now. Katsopoulos recovers it for the Norse. Now Montgomery plays it back for Meyer. Meyer will have to clear this one away, and he finds the feet of Stephen Beatty. Now Katsopoulos sends it over to Montgomery, but too far ahead for the Irishman, but Katsopoulos will recover. Now to Beatty. Back to Meyer. And the Norse will rotate sides of the field. Shift sides of the field, excuse me, over to Kevin Donnelly on the far side. He plays it to Nick Giroux. Coming up on about 8 minutes to go in the first half. Norse leading 1-0. Meyer plays it for Beatty. Passes behind Katsopoulos and taken away by Muich. Missouri S&T, the 3 seed, Norse, the 2 seed, trying to advance to Sunday's final to play Indianapolis. Both of these teams' position in the NCAA tournament should be secure. The Norse for sure. In fact, with a win today, they would more than likely almost ensure a guaranteed host of the Midwest tournament. As here the subs checking in for the Norse. That's Michael Holder
checking in,
and Rufin Lumbala.
Rufin Lumbala and number 27,
Jack
Michael
Little
Holder
will give way. So Jack will get a hand from his teammates. And there's Michael Holder, the GLVC Freshman of the Year. Has scored 10 goals and is tied for the conference lead with 4 game-winning goals. on the season. Of course, those numbers are coming into today. Meyer with the throw to Beatty. Beatty plays it back for Andrews. Andrews over to Donnelly. Donnelly now to Holder. Ball on the far side. The Norse looking for a cross. Bartlett, Holder, Beatty in the box. Now the cross is sent in. Bartlett can't get ahead to it. Lumbala tries a cross. Nothing doing. The ball will find its way to the feet of Michael Laverick, who will just pick it up and send it downfield. Looking for Michael Holder. Battling Muich. S&T will get possession, but Bartlett will take it away. Here's Bartlett. Still chasing, and as is Lumbala in those golden neon, I guess you could say neon yellow cleats of his. Now Meyer chests it down for Lumbala. Katsopoulos now over to Meyer on the near side. We're just about 5 minutes to go in the first half. Norse leading 1-0. Donnelly plays it for Meyer on the near side. Meyer over to Beatty. Beatty to Bartlett, to Donnelly on the far side. Nick Giroux plays it back for Tommy Barrick, who was slided over to Meyer. Beatty thought Lumbala was going to make a run, but Lumbala did not get that message, but it goes out of touch, and it'll be a Norse throw, as Meyer will step up and take the throw for the Norse. More yellow shirts in the box, as Meyer will send this one probably to the back post, looking for Beatty. He goes to the front post, the near post. There's Holder, gets ahead to it, but not goalward, and it gets cleared out by S&T's defense. So Meyer will have another crack at it. Holder got a header on it, but couldn't direct it the way he wanted to. There's the throw again. Over the head of Beatty. Chased down by Bartlett. He'll play it for Giroux. Giroux winds up from long distance. Headed on by, I believe, Paul Andrews. And wide and out for a goal kick. There's Nick Giroux. He made the All-GLVC third team this year as a freshman. Goal kick taken, won by Bartlett, but S&T will send it into Norse territory, where Andrews will head it back to Michael Laverick, who was waiting to catch it. And Laverick will roll it out to Donnelly. Now Andrews sends it upfield looking for Holder. Holder all by himself. Knocks it down with his thigh and plays it back to Meyer. Andrews will send it upfield, this time looking for Beatty. Beatty heads it forward, but Holder hadn't gotten back to his part of the field just yet. Now Muich for S&T at midfield. Giroux and Holder applying pressure for the Norse. Muich collides with Nick Giroux, and Nick Giroux wins the ball for the Norse. Played to Beatty. Beatty sends it to Lumbala. Lumbala just on the edge of the area. Won't win the race to the ball, and last touch by the neon cleats of Lumbala, and it'll be a goal kick to the Miners. There you see those golden neon yellow, I guess you can really say, cleats. Gotta get me a pair of those. Headed away by Bartlett, but into the teeth of the S&T defense. Now upfield past Donnelly, and he'll watch it bounce out of bounds for a Norse throw. Under 2 minutes to go. About 1:40 left here in the first half. The Norse lead 1-0 behind a goal by Stephen Beatty. Played in, and S&T takes it away. Durner playing it wide on the far sideline, and the Miners are unable to keep it in bounds. The Norse will take the throw and want to clear upfield. Giroux does so successfully. Sent right back. Katsopoulos. Bartlett will finish the clearance. And now Michael Holder chests it down, plays it for Lumbala and can't get it through the two S&T defenders. Good idea though by Holder.
1 minute remaining in the first half.
Now Beatty slides and wins the ball back for the Norse. Almost wins the ball back, I should say. S&T maintains possession and will try to mount their final attack of the half. Trying to get that equalizer. Cross into the box. Laverick will come off his line, make a dive at it, and pick it up out of the air. Good play by Laverick to time that one correctly. And he'll wait for his teammates to get downfield before sending this one away. Looking for Michael Holder. Headed by Mewich. Holder giving chase, about 20 seconds remaining in the first half. Headed by
9,
Barrick as we're under
8,
10 seconds to go.
7,
Bartlett will head
6,
it toward Holder.
5,
and that'll
4,
do it
3,
for our first half as
2, 1.
the NKU Norse dominate possession in the first half. And their fans will give them a nice round of applause as they exit the field and head to the warmth of the locker room. Stephen Beatty from a Paul Andrews free kick puts the Norse ahead 1-0 off a ball that Jack Little wisely let go through his legs to the feet of Stephen Beatty. And that is our halftime score. The Northern Kentucky Norse are 45 minutes away from heading to the GLVC championship game. They lead the Missouri S&T Miners 1-0 at halftime. Welcome back to the NKU Soccer Stadium. Andrew Kappas here bringing you the action of this second GLVC men's semifinal in the GLVC conference tournament. The Norse here at halftime lead the Missouri S&T Miners 1-0, courtesy of a Stephen Beatty goal on an assist from Paul Andrews off of a free kick. It went through the legs of Jack Little, who wisely let it go through his legs to Stephen Beatty, who put it in the back of the net. And there's a happy head coach right there, John Basiliga. Thrilled with the way his team played in the first half, and they break huddle. And it looks like they got all their starters back out on the field. That began the first half. So it'll be Jack Little paired with Stephen Beatty up front. And in the midfield, Andrew Montgomery, Michael Bartlett, Jordan Katsopoulos, and Nick Giroux. In the back four of Anthony Meyer, Paul Andrews, Kevin Donnelly, and Tommy Barrick. And of course, Michael Laverick, who made a superb play in the first half to keep it scoreless at the time, in goal. So head coach John Basiliga very happy with the way his team played in the first half, and he'll look for more of the same in the second half, so hopefully the Norse can hang on to this scoreline or possibly increase it to head to the GLVC tournament final, which will occur on Sunday here at the NKU Soccer Stadium. The winner of this one will face off with the Indianapolis Greyhounds, the 8th seed, becoming the first 8th seed to ever win a match in the tournament and have advanced all the way to the tournament final. So S&T getting ready to kick off the second half here at the NKU Soccer Stadium. And we have some clock issues once again. This is quite the interesting thing. Of course, when Mike Anderson isn't here, things start to break. So the action on the field is going to be held up by our referees until the clock can be properly maintained. Looks like our center official is going to keep the time on the field as of right now until the clock is fixed. free kick to S&T is and the teams will waste some time until the clock issue can be resolved. Of course, a technical glitch as soon as our resident expert Mike Anderson leaves. So what I assume would happen is that the referee would take the time on the field, and then whenever the clock issue is fixed, they'll get us up to speed. But so it looks like play has resumed here. They're just going to keep the time on the field, and as soon as our clock can get corrected, we will the ball's on the far side of the field. S&T throw in as Muich will drop it back for S&T. 1-0 Norse here behind a goal by Stephen Beatty from an assist of Paul Andrews. That's 17th goal of the season for Beatty and the 5th assist of the season. Excuse me, 6th assist of the season for Paul Andrews, putting the Norse ahead 1-0. These two teams met a couple weeks back here at home at the NKU Soccer Stadium. Michael Holder with the game-winning goal in overtime. This one's a shot taken from outside the box, saved by Laverick. And it looks like that was Muich with the shot. Now Katsopoulos and Bartlett combining to win the ball at midfield. Played back for Chiro, and S&T regains possession here on the near side. S&T trying to get something into the box. Stephen Beatty chasing down the ball before it's cleared away by Brinkmeyer, a member of the all GLVC first team for S&T, who sent 2 members of their squad to the first team. Goalkeeper Pat McNamee was the other, as Beatty tries to send a cross in, but unable to direct it toward in front of the goal. Hits the side netting for a goal kick. McNamee, also the defender of the year, will take the free kick, or the goal kick, excuse me. And it looks like the clock issue has been resolved. Now the folks on the field will work with the folks in the press box to get the proper timing on the field. A throw on the far sideline will go to NKU. Another throw for the Norse on the far sideline. Sent into Beatty. Beatty tries to make the turn. Fair challenge, says our center referee. The ball wakes its way out to Jordan Katsopoulos. Sent into the box, but nobody's home, so McNamee will pick it up for the Miners and send it downfield. For S&T on a roll to Brinkmeyer, and he'll clear it upfield. Cross sent in by Derner, and Laverick will pick it up on the line drive cross. And Laverick will pick it up and send it downfield, looking for Bartlett or Little. Now here's Beatty. Beatty can't win it as Brinkmeyer picks it up and clears it for the Miners. Good play by Brinkmeyer. Durner. And our clock issue has been resolved as we're now in the 51st minute. The Norse lead 1-0, and now Nick Chereau coming on the counterattack. Chereau makes one man miss, cross sent in, looking for Jack Little, but it's headed away at the last minute by the S&T defense. Now on the near side, Hall takes it forward for the Miners. He's being marked by Tommy Barrick. Pass sent in. Blocked away by Meyer and cleared. Out to Muich. On the near side. Cross sent in and headed away. Now Jack Little plays it ahead for Beatty. Beatty waiting for numbers forward. Here's Little. He'll leave it for Montgomery. On the far sideline, Montgomery plays it in for Little, and it's too far ahead. And McNamee will come off his line and pick it up. Now a throw for the S&T on the far sideline. It's sent in to Gravelin. Played back for Brinkmeyer of S&T. He'll try to cross it in. Montgomery will watch it go out of bounds for a Norse throw on the far sideline. S&T controlling possession. Here's Durner at midfield. He'll play it on the near side for Brinkmeyer. Norse defense back on their heels, trying to guard this 1-0 lead that they hold. Here's a shot taken. Laverick has to dive to his left to save it. Great shot from Hall. Or excuse me, that was Adagana with the shot. There he is on your screen if you're watching at home. Great shot, but Laverick with an even better save, diving to his left to protect that far post. Now Bartlett will have to clear it for the Norse. He does so up to Katsopoulos. He finds Beatty. Beatty charging ahead. He's got Chereau to his right. He plays it to him. Back to Beatty. Into Little, and a collision with Brinkmeyer. And Little is shaken up. Got a cleat to the knee from what it looked like, but Little is okay. Here's Adagana, who just was inches away from leveling this one here in the 54th minute. Throw in by Donnelly as S&T played it out for injury. He'll play it back to Collier for S&T to regain possession. S&T mounting forward, a shot taken, and Laverick will handle it cleanly. That was Sam Schaefer with the shot, his second of the match. And the ball will roll back to McNamee, and he'll pick it up for S&T. Katsopoulos marking his man. Now Collier on the near side. Donnelly also marking. This will be out of touch. It'll be a throw to S&T. Head coach Basiliga looks on, as does assistant coach Eric Buesner. Ball played in. Atagana tries to cross it, but gets knocked out and away by the Norse, and there Giroux clears it. Katsopoulos gets ahead on it. Trying to keep possession is Jordan Katsopoulos. Paul Andrews in there to help. Now he finds the outlet pass to Andrew Montgomery, and now the Norse are on the counter. Over to Beatty. Beatty will cross it in for Little. Little's taken down, and no call from the referee, Jack Little, thinking he had a free kick and an opportune spot there, and now S&T is on the counter. Anthony Meyer will drop that for Laverick, who will kick it and clear it out to Montgomery. Good play by the NKU defense. And Michael Holder, didn't take him long, was getting ready to check in for the Norse. And I would have to assume that's Jack Little coming out. Indeed it is Jack Little who will give way to the freshman of the year in the GLVC once a dead ball occurs. And there's Michael Holder. He has 10 goals on his freshman season, including a GLVC leading 4 game-winning goals, including a game-winning goal against S&T in the regular season. A couple of Friday nights ago, in the 93rd minute in overtime, Holder found the back of the net. That helped NKU secure the 2 seed. As Jack Little gets a hand from assistant coach Eric Buesner. Ball will go out of touch, and it'll be a throw to the Norse. Donnelly will step up and take it. The right back, junior from Princeton High School in Cincinnati. Plays it into Holder. Holder juggling with his feet, plays it back to Donnelly. And Donnelly misfires, and it goes out of touch for a throw. Spencer Brinkmeyer will take the throw for S&T. Ewich, forward for S&T. Barrick giving chase, as is Montgomery, who will play it over to Giroux. One wing to another. Now back to Donnelly. Giroux will play it wide to Anthony Meyer on the far side. Here's Meyer. Trying to find Bartlett. He'll recover the pass, make one man miss, make 2 men miss, and now plays it for Montgomery. Into the corner, a little too far ahead for Montgomery, and it'll be cleared off his shin guard and out for a goal kick. So Peter McGeer will check in for the first time today. We'll see who gives away for McGeer. Looks like Andrew Montgomery will give way to McGeer. We'll shake assistant coach Eric Buesner's hand and get some high fives from his teammates on the bench. Now S&T coming the other way. Giroux trying to clear, unable to clear it very far, and S&T still in possession. Trying to bring that goal back and put this at a level game as the Norse lead 1-0 here about an hour into this contest. A spot in the GLVC championship game on the line. Played ahead looking for Holder. Holder backpedaling now, moving forward. Gets taken down, no call. And S&T coming the other way. Here's Collier on the near side, plays it ahead for Atagana. He gets it taken away though by Tommy Barrick. Now Katsopoulos will play it back to Donnelly, who will clear it upfield. Holder, the only man forward for the Norse. We're in the 60th minute. The Norse lead 1-0 behind a goal by Stephen Beatty in the first half off of a Paul Andrews free kick. Donnelly will clear that one out of touch for a throw that S&T will take. Collier will take it. Head coach Basiliga keeping an eye on that clock, wishing the minutes away. Here's McGeer. McGeer plays it back for Meyer. Meyer Back to McGeer, who will play it back to Paul Andrews. The Norse, talking to assistant coach Eric Buesner at halftime, he estimated possession to be 70-30 in favor of the Norse, and I think that's a fair guess. And it's been similar to that here in the second half, although S&T might be a little closer to 60-40. As S&T maintains possession. Muich with it at midfield. Plays it over to Brinkmeyer. Collier now on the near side. Collier cutting inside, taking on Nick Giroux, who denies him. Back to Brinkmeyer. Collier again. Giroux blocks the cross, and it'll go out of touch for an NKU throw. So a good defensive stand by the Norse there, as it's played for Michael Holder, who makes a run past his marker. Overruns the ball a little bit. Keeps it in bounds as two S&T defenders collide, but he can't slip it in the tight hole to get it to Stephen Beatty, who was waiting on the other side of that two-man wall, but S&T will recover and clear. The Norse would love to get that second goal and give them some breathing space here. It was a 1-0 scoreline the first time these two teams met. Very well could be another 1-0 scoreline. Good possession game for the Norse so far, but S&T coming forward here. Played into the box. Norse defenders back. Cross sent in. Headed on toward goal, but with not very much pace, Peter Hall gets a shot in, but Laverick will pick it up off the bounce and let his guys go downfield before clearing it. Strong kick by Laverick over the head of Beatty and into the box where McNamee will come off and pick it up. Headed down by Giroux. Now Beatty takes it away. Beatty trying to catch McNamee napping from about 45 yards. And he has a spirited discussion with assistant coach Eric Buesner as he walks down the field. McNamee saw that one wide, and he'll take the goal kick, and we got two balls on the field right now that our referee has not noticed as of yet. Holder tries to get it to Katsopoulos. Now back is Brinkmeyer. He'll cross field. Headed away by Bartlett. But McGeer wasn't home on that left side, and it goes out of touch for an S&T throw at midfield on the far sideline. Cleared away by Meyer. Downfield, Michael Holder will give chase, as will Kenny Gravelin. Played into the box to McNamee, who will control it, set it, and outlet it to Brinkmeyer. Brinkmeyer comes forward. And now Durner gets it taken away by Bartlett. Bartlett to Beatty, back to McGeer. We'll play it back to Tommy Barrick. Slides it over to Donnelly. Back to Barrick, who will switch sides of the field. The Norse will try the far side now. McGeer to Andrews, and now Katsopoulos, who's got some green space in front of him. Katsopoulos directs traffic and sends one in to Giroux, but it gets taken away by Brinkmeyer. Now Collier. Muich. Taken away by McGeer. Good possession offense by the Norse, especially in the last 5 minutes or so. Anthony Meyer. Over to Michael Bartlett, back to McGeer, but it gets taken away by Atagana. Beatty retains possession, though, or gets possession back for the Norse, I should say, and now Giroux has it. On the near sideline, Giroux trying to beat the corner, but unable to, so he'll drop it for Kevin Donnelly. Donnelly trying to find a hole. Unable to, but it'll bounce in favor of NKU to Katsopoulos, but he loses the ball at midfield. Collier now chests it down, keeps it in bounds, and sends it over to Muich. Now Durner at midfield, coming forward. And cleared out by Paul Andrews. Donnelly, while he was in the wrong direction, cleared it away just a little bit to let him recover his position. Durner will have to reset things at midfield and try again for the Miners, as they've had a hard time getting the ball in the penalty box. The back four has been a pretty tight wall so far tonight. In fact, now they've turned into a back five as Nick Giroux has played a little more conservatively. This one's sent out to Michael Holder. He chests it down to Beatty. Beatty will play it to Katsopoulos. Katsopoulos will play it to Giroux. Giroux's got all kinds of space in front of him. And he'll wait for some numbers into the box, and he'll take it himself into the box. Makes one man miss. Can he keep it in bounds? He cannot, but did he win the corner? Yes, he did. Good play by Nick Giroux to win the corner for the Norse. And the referee, with some discussion, has changed the call. Nick Giroux not thrilled about that. That'll be a goal kick to McNamee.
Substitution for Missouri S&T, checking in as number 20, Brian Seawright.
Brian Seawright, who came into the first half as a substitute, will come off the bench here in the second half as well. The redshirt freshman from Chesterton, Indiana. Jervis Atagana will check out. Here's Holder at midfield. Big collision, but looks like everybody's okay. Now Muich gets it taken away by Giroux. And here's a foul at midfield. Michael Holder, we got a clock stoppage. Holder is slow to get up, and this isn't a good sign if you're a Norse fan. The training staff hasn't been summoned. And now they have. Michael Holder does not look to be in great shape, although he is trying to get to his feet on his own. Looks to be a right leg injury. With the help of Katsopoulos, and Donnelly will head to the sideline. Looks like Jack Little will check back in for Holder. And Holder refused help to get back to the sideline, so hopefully we'll see
Jack Little. Substitution for S&T,
Michael 100% soon enough.
Oscar Alvarez.
Head coach John Basiliga will check on his freshman. And Paul Andrews will place this free kick right in front of McNamee, trying to bounce it and give one of his attackers a chance, but McNamee, the defensive player of the year in the conference, handles it cleanly. Paul Andrews is a master at taking free kicks from significant distance. He scored on one earlier this season against Ashland from about practically midfield on a crazy play. His free kick led to the goal today, and that free kick almost bounced in front of McNamee and allowed one of the NKU attackers to get ahead on it. Brinkmeyer plays it over to Durner. Back to Gravelin. And now on the far side, S&T trying to come forward with it. Headed away by Barrick. That back four has just been a tight wall tonight. Michael Laverick has only been challenged once, and it was a fine save. Cross sent in, headed away. But I think Nick Giroux headed back in. And the flag is up on the far sideline, so offsides is called against Missouri S&T, and Michael Laverick will clear. Temperature dropping pretty steadily outside. Awfully hard conditions to play in, although the rain has stopped. So that certainly makes things a lot better. As this one goes out of touch, it'll be a Norse throw on the far sideline. We're in the 70th minute. The Norse lead 1-0 in this GLVC men's semifinal. Earlier today, Indianapolis in overtime defeated Quincy 1-0 to become the first 8 seed to make the conference tournament final. And the winner of this game will play Indianapolis on Sunday at 2:30 here at the NKU Soccer Stadium. Played out of touch, and this will be a throw to S&T on the near sideline. Nick Giroux played it safe by playing it out. Played into Brinkmeyer for S&T. And cleared away by Donnelly. Upfield, Jack Little giving chase, but Gravelin will keep him away from the ball. And S&T will maintain possession. "20 minutes remaining. The Norse clinging to a 1-0 lead here, trying to advance to the finals of the GLVC tournament. Their ticket for the NCAA tournament has all been but punched. And a win tonight would almost guarantee the Norse an opportunity to host the Midwest region as they sit atop of the current Midwest poll. And here's a bad turnover. Little plays it to Beatty. Beatty, a lot of green space in front of him. Here comes Beatty in the box. Shot by Beatty, past McNamee, but it goes wide of the near post. Stephen Beatty cannot believe he didn't score. And that's offense versus defense in part 3 of offense versus defense. Defense has won twice, but the one time that offense has won, it was a goal, and that's where we stand, 1-0. But Beatty very close to making it 2-0 there. It will be a corner kick. Peter McGeer will head over to the near side to take the corner.
Number 7, Peter McGeer.
Taken in, looking for Beatty, and McNamee leaps up in the air to grab it. And a good defensive stand by Missouri S&T to keep this at a 1-0 game. McNamee matching Michael Laverick's save of the first half. As S&T maintains possession. Here's Collier on the near sideline being chased by Giroux, and Donnelly will put that out of touch for an S&T throw. Now played ahead, Beatty will try to chase this down. He wins the race to the ball, but gets broken up by Gravelin, but Beatty maintains possession. He switches sides of the field and finds Nick Giroux on the near side. Giroux moving ahead, plays it to McGeer. McGeer shoots it in for Anthony Meyer, who thought Beatty was right behind him, but he wasn't. And now Beatty will get whistled for the foul. And he recognizes it. Was hoping to get away. Oh, that was Michael Bartlett, whistled for the foul. And it'll be a free kick just beyond the baseline. Taken, and Bartlett will chase it down. Bartlett goes to ground, gets back to his feet, tries to keep it in bounds, but he's unable to. Beatty at midfield. Shot taken by Beatty. McNamee dives to his right, and it goes past the far post and out of touch for a goal kick. Beatty, he'll shoot from about anywhere. If you start him at center back, he'll probably shoot from a goal kick if he could. He tried it from, that was about 35 yards, I estimate. And wasn't very far from being on target. McNamee, though, had it read the whole way. Brinkmeyer over to Collier, slips it through the legs of Donnelly, but Tommy Barrick recovers it for the Norse. Giroux. Now Donnelly. McGear will chase down Ewich. Ewich, give and go. Good ball movement by S&T. Up to Brinkmeyer. Brinkmeyer moving ahead. Played to Collier on the near sideline. Collier. Cross sent in. And sent away by Donnelly. Now Beatty with it. Some nervous moments for the Norse defense. Here's Beatty. Plays it ahead, looking for Bartlett. Bartlett calms it down, but gets it knocked away from him to avoid the cross, but Bartlett does win the throw on the far side. Throw in. On the near side, far sideline, excuse me, looking to get a cross in. Meyer trying to get in the box before it's cleared out by S&T. Now Collier with it on the near sideline. S&T trying to go on the counter attack. And Tommy Barrick thwarts that out with a good challenge. In fact, he wins the throw. Good play by Tommy Barrick. Beatty will play ahead to Jack Little. Incidental contact between him and Brinkmeyer. Play on, says our referee. Jack Little fighting for possession. And there's a whistle for a foul on Jack Little on a push-off. The freshman whistled for the infraction. The 6th foul of the day for the Norse. Relatively calm game, only 9 fouls combined between these two teams. The first time they played, it got a little chippy at times. But things have calmed down here in the conference tournament. Of course, players don't want to pick up unnecessary yellows at this point in the season, even though the limit has gone up to 8, I believe. Here's Collier. Durner. And hearing from the sideline, Michael Holder is getting ready to check back in, so that's a great sign for the Norse. Holder had to come off due to an injury about 20 minutes ago. Here's Katsopoulos. Katsopoulos makes one man miss. He's going to chase down the ball and try to get it to Little. Appeal for a handball isn't given, and now S&T is with possession. Here come the Miners. Alvarez gets it taken away from behind. Little, and there's going to be a foul called. And Jordan Katsopoulos letting know his displeasure, and he's going to pick up a yellow for arguing and throwing the ball. No yellow. I saw the clock stoppage, thought we might get a yellow here. Katsopoulos kind of threw the ball away when the free kick was given. I don't think he was doing that completely intentionally, but the referee warns him that he doesn't appreciate that. Now Schaefer will take the free kick for S&T. Send into the box. And it'll go to the side of the penalty area where Nick Giroux will corral it and send it upfield on the clearance. So the NKU defense holds once again. Brinkmeyer. Played ahead. Looking for Collier. Collier. Brinkmeyer, cross sent in, and Laverick will pick that one up easily. Michael Laverick has had a great game today. Made a crucial save in the first half on a sliding save, you could say, to get it away from an S&T attacker. I think it was Muich who was coming forward with the ball. Speaking of Muich, here he is now on the far sideline for S&T. Cross sent in, and Laverick will come off his line to corral it with his feet. He'll make an S&T player chase him before picking it up. We're in the 79th minute. The Norse lead 1-0 behind a Stephen Beatty goal from Paul Andrews. Nick Giroux on the near sideline, plays it for Donnelly. Donnelly will have to wait on it. Almost overran it, which would have been a bad situation for the Norse. Barrick with it now will find its way to Paul Andrews before he'll clear. So, a small village developing at midfield on the substitution sideline, as a dead ball hasn't really happened in the past few minutes, so. Beatty goes down, no call. Giroux chases it down though, gets it to Getsopoulos, now Jack Little. Beatty in support on the near sideline. Here's Beatty in the corner. Tries to cross it and he'll win the corner kick off the side of Kenny Graveland. And now the subs will check in.
Substitutions for S&T checking in, number
Michael
8,
Holder will
Mario
come back
Caldera,
in for Jack Little. Holder
and number
came out with a
17,
right leg
Peter
injury.
Hall. Substitution for NKU.
Nothing
checking
serious,
in, number
obviously, as he
27,
rejoins the
Michael
game.
Holder.
And I think that might be Peter McGeer down on the near
Taking
sideline.
Corner kick for NKU is number 7, Peter McGeer.
In the 80th minute, he'll wind up with his right boot and kick it in. Headed toward goal, toward Getsopoulos, who will send it back in. Shot taken by Beatty, blocked, and finally gotten away by Durner. Dangerous moment for the S&T defense. They can't afford to give up another one at this point. Nick Giroux moving ahead. He loses the ball, and now Mario Calderon will come the other way with it for S&T. Out of touch, it'll be an S&T throw. Calderon will take it for the Miners. Into play. Donnelly and Giroux teaming up to Getsopoulos battling defensively, trying to keep the Miners out of the penalty box. Holder splits two defenders, gets taken down, and that'll be a free kick. Holder wins the free kick. Calderon whistled for the foul, as Rufin Lumbala gets ready to check in for the Norse. And it'll be a free kick. Paul Andrews will take it. Might be the final sub we see made by head coach John Basiliga. As the final 5 minutes of the game, the team that's leading, if they make a substitution, the clock will be stopped. Brinkmeyer plays it back to Graveland. Coming ahead, our S&T trying to get that equalizer. Down 1-0, about 8 minutes to go in this contest, under 8 minutes to go now. Here's Graveland, sending it ahead, looking for Calderon. Giroux, great play by the freshman, sends it away. Brinkmeyer with it now for the Miners. Lays it ahead. Calderon now on the near side, being marked by Donnelly and Giroux. We'll send it to Durner. At midfield, Durner's going to wind up and shoot, and Laverick will watch that go over the bar. And he'll come off his line, issuing instructions to his back four.
Substitution for NKU, checking in as number 21.
S&T has gotten one shot off from inside the box today, which is incredible, as Lumbala checks in for Nick Chareau, who did some tremendous work defensively out of his right wing position. So Rufin Lumbala checks in to occupy that right wing spot for the Norse, and Laverick restarts. Under 7 minutes to go now. Norse lead 1-0 behind a Stephen Beatty goal from Paul Andrews. Andrews ahead. Now Holder giving chase as McNamee will come out of his spot to send it upfield for the Miners. Bouncing into the box, Laverick has to come off his line and picks it up right in front of Peter Hall. Laverick keeping the shutout alive and the lead alive as Peter Hall is denied a goal chance. And Laverick clears it downfield. He's played really well today, like he has all season. Bartlett giving chase now. Here comes Schaefer. Back from his center back position on the far sideline, running into a lot of green space. S&T coming forward. 6 minutes to go. Played over to Mewich at midfield. Mewich to Brinkmeyer. Brinkmeyer. Shot taken just wide of the near post. Laverick thought about touching it, but recognized where he was and let it go past. And Andrew Montgomery will check in. Michael Bartlett will give way and get a rest. His first time he's been out of the game. And Bartlett not in a hurry to get off the field. I've seen him run a little faster. We'll get a hand from head assistant coach Eric Buesner as we're back in play. Brinkmeyer with it now for the Miners, coming ahead. Hall chasing it down for S&T. Be a throw to the Norse. Kevin Donnelly will take it here on the near side. We're under 5 to go now. And Rufin takes the ball away from Calderon and plays it ahead for Holder. Holder giving chase. But Gravelin picks it up and clears it for the Miners. Running out of time are the Miners. Still down only a goal though. Trying to find that equalizer against the back four of the Norse and Michael Laverick in goal. Played ahead for Calderon. Couldn't make his run in time, and it'll go out of touch for a goal kick. And you can bet Michael Laverick will take his sweet time. Taking this goal kick. Head coach John Basiliga trying to count down the minutes to a chance to get to the finals of the GLVC tournament and lock up hosting the regional tournament. You want to host it here. Get home field advantage for the pretty much through the quarterfinal. And the finals this year, the Final Four is going to be played at Bellarmine down in Louisville. So as Mike Anderson said, if you go all the way, you don't ever have to leave your own bed at night. You have an injured S&T player on the far sideline. Not sure who the injured player is for the Miners. And the training staff has been summoned for S&T. Oscar Alvarez is the player down. And the S&T training staff is attending to him. And the substitution has been made for S&T, as Atagana has checked back in.
Substitution
and with
for
Alvarez
S&T
being
checking
out
in
of
as
play,
number 13,
we'll be able to restart the
Jarvis
game.
Atagana.
with a throw in by the Norse. Bounces over the head of Holder, and Katsopoulos unable to catch up to it before it's cleared. And a free kick is awarded to S&T here in good position. Looks like Calderon will step up and take it as the Norse will construct their wall. And with under 3 minutes to go, this might be the last significant chance for the Miners to pull this one level. They trail 1-0. With about 2.5 minutes to go. Looks like Muich or Calderon. It's going to be Calderon into the box, headed on toward goal, but Tommy Barrick will pop it up in the air and try to clear it on his second attempt, and that was dangerously close to hitting his arm. Still in the box, Paul Andrews heads it out, and he's down in the box, but back up to his feet quickly, and he's hurt pretty badly. And a shot taken, Laverick past it, beats Laverick into the back of the net. Tie game, Peter Hall. And Paul Andrews came up limp and wasn't able to cover due to the leg injury. And Peter Hall levels the game.
The Missouri S&T goal.
Well, let's make sure it was Hall. I think it was Hall who got that rebound. Play is resumed, and just like that, we are tied. 2 minutes to go in regulation, and now the Norse are just worried about making it to overtime. Minute 50 to play. It came to overtime the last time these two teams played, a Michael Holder goal. Put the Norse ahead and gave them the victory. Katsopoulos will play this to Montgomery. Montgomery coming ahead. Will play it to Meyer on the far side. Meyer cross sent in, looking for Beatty. Beatty misses the header. Lumbala, the follow-up. Lumbala over the bar. Rufin Lumbala has a great chance to get a game-winning goal of his own, but sends it just over the bar. McNamee watches it go out for a goal kick, but a good effort by the Norse attack. And we're at a minute to go.
1 minute remaining in the second half.
We've already seen an overtime game on the men's side with Indianapolis and Quincy. Could we see another one here? Lumbala on the near sideline, moving ahead with the attack. But his ball is placed too far ahead and out of touch. It'll be a goal kick. 40 seconds left. This might be the last chance of attack for either team. McNamee will set it up, and it looks like S&T might just be content with getting to overtime, and why not? 87 minutes. They finally tie it up. And now the Norse just trying to get to overtime. 10 seconds left. Throw
10,
taken by
9,
Meyer. It would just be one
8,
last heave-ho toward the
7,
goal.
6,
Here it is
5,
to
4,
Holder.
3,
Can't
2,
get ahead on it. It'll be
1.
cleared out, and that'll be 90 minutes expired, and we got overtime.
After a brief intermission, the teams will play a 10
Tied at 1.
Goal overtime period.
Thanks to Peter Hall, his equalizer. Came with just 2 minutes to go. Stephen Beatty opened the scoring, but Hall tied it up. And we're going to overtime, tied at 1. We'll be back in just a minute. The winner of this game goes on to face the 8-seed Cinderella, Indianapolis, on Sunday afternoon. Just to remind you the rules, we saw an overtime game in the other men's match between Indianapolis and Quincy. It's 2 10-minute periods, but a golden goal is in effect, so the first goal will win it. And if nobody scores in those 2 10-minute periods, we go to everybody's favorite, penalty kicks. So the captains just get wrapped up meeting. Beatty will head back to talk to his team. See who we got out there. Looks like Michael Holder is going to stay on the field, and as is McGear. So Montgomery and Little are the only starters from the second half absent. And Michael Laverick will call his guys together and offer some words of encouragement, as does Beatty, the captain, of course. So Peter Hall with the equalizing goal to tie it up at 1 and force overtime. And it was an absolute shot from just inside the edge of the area. So S&T will kick off first in this one. Still going the same direction as they were to end the second half. So here is overtime underway. Holder now at midfield, getting it to Stephen Beatty. Beatty trying to find some green space. Here's Stephen Beatty, shot taken, and McNamee will watch it go wide. So McNamee watched it go past the back post. It'll be a goal kick. McNamee sends it upfield. Here's McGear. Back to Tommy Barrick. Barrick over to Nick Giroux. Kevin Donnelly ahead to Beatty before headed away by Brinkmeyer. Atagana gets it taken away, but now Calderon has it for S&T. Ewich past midfield, now to the far sideline for S&T. The hero, Hall, tries to take it and split two defenders, but gets it taken away. Now Katsopoulos inside the circle gets it taken away. Katsopoulos, though, stays with it and wins the ball. Now Beatty has Giroux wide on the near side. Here's Nick Giroux. Tries to cross it. It goes off of Calderon. He asks for handball. Doesn't get it, but they will get a corner kick here in the 92nd minute. And this is eerily similar to the first time these two teams met. It was about this time in the overtime period that Michael Holder banged home the game winner in the regular season. Peter McGear will take the corner.
Taking the corner kick for NKU is number 7, Peter McGear.
He'll wind up, direct traffic, and send it into the box. Headed by Paul Andrews toward goal, past McNamee, and he'll direct it and save it. This is eerily similar to the regular season matchup. In fact, it was the 93rd minute that Holder scored, and we are now entering the 93rd minute. So everybody back for S&T. As here's the corner kick again, round 2, sent into the box, headed down. Does it cross the line? It was Michael Holder. They said it didn't. How crazy would that have been? In the 93rd minute, it does not cross the line. Eric Buesner was halfway to the penalty box before he realized that there wasn't a goal, as was the NKU bench. Michael Holder, how crazy would that have been? Another 93rd minute game-winning goal if that would have been counted. But it does not cross the line, and Kevin Donnelly gets taken down, and this could be a serious card, or is it going to be directed toward Donnelly? Going to have a word with our assistant referee, our 4th official, and we could see a red card or just a yellow. As Donnelly was going out of bounds to pick up the ball, he was taken down way after the play ended. And that's the hero right now, Peter Hall for S&T with the yellow card. So things getting a little heated out there on the pitch despite the cold temperatures. Donnelly, throw into Beatty. It'll bounce its way back to Donnelly, and he'll let it go out for another throw. Move up about 10 yards. take it to Beatty. Cleared away. Atagana giving chase for S&T. Tommy Barrick trying to head it back upfield. Here's a foul whistled against Donnelly. Nick Giroux will make sure it's not taken quickly. Looks like Calderon will take it. He does. All passes to the middle. Brinkmeyer. This one goes out of touch. It'll be a throw in favor of the Norse. Donnelly will take it. Some drama here at the NKU Soccer Stadium. Michael Holder in the 93rd minute. Heads it, hits the post, goes down. NKU obviously claiming a goal, and the referee not agreeing that the ball went across the line. So did not count. And we stayed tied at 1 in this overtime period. Now in the 95th minute, 5th minute of overtime. So halfway through almost the first overtime period. Dropped back, and now Calderon has it. He'll clear it upfield. Donnelly will move out of his position to try to take it. Now Atagana is down, and a foul called on Nick Giroux. Muich wins the free kick for the Miners of Missouri S&T. Matchup between the 5th ranked team, NKU Norse, and the 16th ranked team, Missouri S&T. NKU the 2 seed, S&T the 3 seed in this GLVC tournament. Ball sent in. Laverick comes off his line to pick it up. Nice job by Michael Laverick. S&T defeated Bellarmine 3-0 to get to the semifinal, and the Norse defeated Rockhurst 2-1. And another clock stoppage here as we're going to have the referee head on over to the far sideline to discuss. Not sure what's being discussed with his assistant referee. They'll have a short conference. Good advertisement for the University of Indianapolis as their banner sits behind the referees. And these two teams playing for the right to play the Greyhounds in the tournament final on Sunday. The Cinderella team of the tournament. Not sure what the issue is here. Are we going to see a card given out, or? And this is Hall. And this would be his second yellow, which would result in a red. He's getting talking to. And it looks like it's just a warning. The Norse were appealing for another yellow card. I'm not sure what. Head coach John Basiliga very unsatisfied with that call. And I think the issue is after Laverick had the ball, Hall came after Laverick, at least in Laverick's point of view. And I think this, if I had to bet, this substitute is for Hall, if I had to put money on it. And it is indeed, because I think coaching staff of S&T wants to get Hall off the field, as he almost picked up a second yellow, and you don't want to go down to 10 men at any time in the game, but in overtime could just be catastrophic for your team's chances. So S&T with possession on the restart, headed down by Meyer. Now McGear with it, flicks it on to Katsopoulos. Katsopoulos in possession. Back to Donnelly. Donnelly had Giroux. Giroux has got all kinds of green space on the near side if they can switch sides of the field to him. Calderon just keeps on drifting away from him. And I think Calderon has finally realized how far away he was from Giroux. Here comes Donnelly. He's going to make Calderon commit. Calderon stays at home to Giroux, and they'll switch sides of the field now, this time to the far side. McGear. Short pass by Meyer, and it's taken away. 97th minute now of overtime, this first overtime period. Golden goal in effect, so the next goal to be scored will be the winner. Here's Beatty trying to stay onside, trying to get the ball, and he's unsuccessful in the latter. and gets it taken away by Brinkmeyer. Now Muich with it at midfield inside the circle. We'll play it for Brinkmeyer. And Tommy Barrick battling, and this one will take a deflection toward Laverick, but a harmless deflection, and he'll pick it up and send it downfield. Quickly looking for Holder. Headed away, or excuse me, knocked away by Gravelin from Holder. And S&T will chase it down before it goes out of touch to clear it. Paul Andrews way out from his center back position to get that one. Here's Barrick up to Beatty. Beatty trying to make the turn. Beautiful ball to Nick Chereau as he splits the defenders. Chereau cross in for Holder. Holder off the volley can't get it, and Beatty slips and falls. And it's a foul. Just on the edge of the box, Stephen Beatty wins the free kick. And boy, would this be a storybook ending, for the Norse at least. And Michael Holder is asking the referee for that to be called inside the box, but it'll be just outside. And this is almost an identical position to where Beatty scored from on Sunday. That was the equalizer of the Rockhurst game right before halftime. Stephen Beatty, his heart's beating probably 1,000 beats a minute right now. A chance to send his team to the final of the GLVC tournament. McNamee set up, shot taken, McNamee saves it. Headed back toward goal, Holder into the back of the net, and the Norse are going to the GLVC tournament final. Michael Holder strikes again. Michael Holder is S&T's worst nightmare, and he sends them out of the tournament and the Norse on to the final. What a play by Michael Holder as Stephen Beatty was denied. Michael Holder scores in the 98th minute, and this game is a final 2-1 Norse. Michael Holder, the hero again, and I can guarantee you he will not be welcomed friendly if he ever has to go to Missouri S&T. He scored 2 goals against S&T this season, both of them game-winning. That's his 11th goal of the season, his 5th game-winning goal of the season, which now puts him atop the leaderboard all by himself in the GLVC. What a storybook finish. In the 93rd minute, Holder headed what looked like to be a goal off the top post and crossed the line. But the referee did not see it that way. We played on. And off a Stephen Beatty free kick that was saved by McNamee, he had to go to ground to save it, which left an empty net for Michael Holder to find. And he beat a defender, I think that was Brinkmeyer back there trying to block the far post, putting it in the back of the net, giving the Norse a 2-1 win. You can't write this stuff before the game. Unbelievable. So once again, Stephen Beatty opens the scoring in the first half to give the Norse a 1-0 lead. With about 2.5 minutes left, Peter Hall puts it level with a goal for S&T. We go to overtime, and then in the 98th minute, Michael Holder sends Missouri S&T packing until the Midwest tournament, or the NCAA tournament, and he sends the Norse on to the GLVC tournament final. As John Basiliga gives the crowd a hand, and the players simply ecstatic, and they should be. 2-1 victory for the Norse. They move on to the final to play Indianapolis. The women's team for the Norse also won in their semifinal match. They'll move on for a rematch with Wisconsin Parkside. They'll play the Rangers on Sunday at noon, and the men will follow to play Indianapolis at 2:30. Once again, our final 2-1, Michael Holder, the hero again. And until Sunday, well, we'll have the GLVC tournament finals for both the men and women. For everybody here at NKU, I'm Andrew Kappas saying thanks for listening and watching. So long and good night.